Today, I'm going to be reviewing confessions submitted by my very own Pyro Pups. To also get back at me, the Pyro Pups were allowed to ask me a question in return for me to also confess to. So we're gonna be confessing to each other today. Our first confession: is it perfectly normal to look at and collect spicy artwork of various waifus? Bro, that's so boring. Yes, next. That's probably why this is the first one. They're trying to start off tame. Okay, let's see the question that they have for me to confess. Do you like to look at, say, spicy pieces of artwork, and do you save them in a collection of sorts? Yes. Anytime anybody makes any kind of fan art of me, I save every single piece. I do have a folder for the wholesome stuff and a folder for the not wholesome stuff. The homework folder, exactly.
I've been watching prawn every day since 3 years already.
I feel like this is every terminally online person. What was that turning point 3 years ago? Probably read a doujinshi and was like, damn, I need more. Do you think femboys are cute? Yes, absolutely, 100%. These questions are really tame. In junior high, I was springing through the halls between classes. Suddenly, the bell rung and a girl dashed out of the classroom in front of me and I crashed into her. We both went sprawling, and while I got up unfazed, she got up with a clearly broken arm. She started wailing and the teacher immediately came out to start helping her. In a panic, I took off and ran away to avoid any responsibility! You're so evil! What do you want to know? Have you ever acted helpless to get someone to... Is this supposed to be related to that? Are you saying this girl acted helpless to get attention? Arrest this Pyro Pup! Why would you make us read this? Oh no, the mod comments right now. So you've definitely heard of Connect 4, but have you ever heard of Connect 4x4? Back when I was in my early teens, I was villainously horny. And at one point I was feeling so desperate that I ended up trying to use one of the ring pieces! It failed so badly that it was almost stuck around me and I had to pull as hard as I could to get it off. Wait, the Connect 4 pieces are small. That's a dude's finger pointing at the piece. Oh my god. Anyway. Have you ever committed the absolute heinous sin of premarital handholding? Yes. With like Numi, Bao, Tricky, you know, Yuzu. Yeah. Sorry you guys had to find out this way. While I was going through college, I would go on to hikes where I would put a pull-up diaper on and walk the trail with nothing but that on. While walking around with it on, I would... What? You did this in college! At least this is all in past tense, so we have the sliver of hope that this Pyro Pup no longer does this. Have you thought of doing something like this yourself? No! What the f***? What is f***ing wrong with you? Forgive me for I may be cooked. Oh no. I got a 6-foot body pillow. No loot covers, but I want one. On some days, I'm so touch-starved that I put a robe on it and wrap its arms around me. I either imagine it's someone I'm listening to an ASMR from, like me. Yeah, you're imagining it's me. Are you cooked? To answer your question, yes. I will admit that body pillows are very comforting. Before I got a weighted blanket, I used to cuddle up with a lot of plushies. And I would just like rest the plushy arms on me, so it felt like I was being held. Well, let's see what their question is for me. Do you own a body pillow? Yeah, I do. I only have one actual like pillow, but then I've got like a bunch of different body pillow covers. Of what? Mostly Genshin men. Moving on. During the first week of my new job, a coworker snuck super hot sauce into my sub and ruined it for me. Oh shit. Fast forward 2 years later, and I decided to get revenge by sneaking some very hot sauce into his ice cream, as well as his drink in a non-transparent bottle. So once he dug into his ice cream, he got up and started running around only to drink from the bottle and have it get worse! He never found out who put the hot sauce into his stuff, so now he checks his ice cream at work before eating it. You made him paranoid! Alright, what do you want to know? Have you ever been tricked into eating hot sauce or something spicy? I've never been tricked. I have eaten it willingly. Oh my god! In high school, I got into a sword fight with this dude in the boys' locker room after a pool session in PE. When you say... let's just continue. This dude was talking some mad crap to me with vicious intent. I looked this dude in the eye and was like, if you're a real man, you will engage me in a sword fight. You think you're tough? Whip it out. Fight me. And let's just say he was all ready to go, which made me think this dude is very closeted. So I prepare and unsheath my sword. And we duke it out while our peers either watched and tried to just not look our way. The dude surrendered after a bit. He couldn't take it. And I'm just like, this was dumb. It was with the pool noodles. Yeah. Do I want to know what this pyro pup is gonna ask me? Have you ever walked in on something that you feel like you really should not have seen? Yeah. One of my housemates has a very bad habit of not locking the bathroom door. Usually, I can tell if somebody's in there because I can see the light shining from underneath like the crack in the door. Knock first. Yeah, I usually do if the light's on. Yeah, I just walked in. They were just sitting on the toilet. I was like, I slammed that door back shut so fucking fast. Worst sin I've got is that I've collectively saved over 3,000 cultured media files in the last couple of years for differing purposes. Those are rookie numbers. Have you ever fantasized about any of your favorite characters in a cultured context? Well, you see, that's all I fantasize about. You guys think of real people? Ew. I guess I'm cooked. I stole $50 from a friend to feed my Oreo addiction. What the $50 for Oreos? Hold on. Double stuffed Oreos, $4.99, okay? $5. That's 10 boxes. And then managed to convince them to buy me a large box of Oreos? You had the fucking audacity to ask them to buy you something after you stole from them? I mean, Oreos are so fucking good. What would you like to know? Would you do the same, but instead of Oreos, it was pyro power? No! That's why you would never steal it, because then you can't use code Sinder. Check out 50% for your entire Gamer's order, including Pyro Power, my brand new Gamer's flavor. When I was a little pup, I was very curious on many things. I took one of my mom's toys and played with... Bro, it probably wasn't clean. Ended up breaking it, then proceeded to throw it in the trash bag so it wouldn't be seen. You know what? I will say that's very bold of you. Usually people will resort to just going out and purchasing their own. They're a little too shy to do that, and sometimes they'll just like go out and buy like an electric toothbrush. That's totally normal, right? That's a normal thing. Anyway. What would you like to know about me? Have you ever spent a significant amount of money on any games that you later ended up regretting? I see some people wailing for like 6 copies of the same character. I've never done that. The most I've ever spent is maybe like a couple hundred. And that's mostly just because of the content. Next confession. My mom and I have iPhones that are synced through iCloud data, meaning that her phone installs all of the apps I've downloaded, photos and screenshots I've taken, even my search history if I forget to use incognito mode. What the f? But that's not all. With the way our phones are synced, I can see all of the people that she texts and calls, including any unknown number calls she's received. This also includes the occasional
sexting with her boyfriend.
I'm sorry, you read her mom's what? Why do they keep doing this? They keep sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. And y'all are paying the price. I'm getting nervous because I feel like sometimes the question they ask me to confess relates to their confession.
Have you practiced personal hygiene in the past week?
In the past week? Bro, I did that today! When I was in high school, a family member and I wandered into town to get soft serve ice cream. We took notice of an elderly woman who often walked the town. Me, being 17 at the time, made a joke about them tripping on the sidewalk. They then proceeded to trip on the sidewalk and fall! I'm not proud of what I did, but instead of getting up and helping them after jinxing them, I casually kept eating my ice cream while watching her struggle to get up! You literally cursed this poor old lady. What if you tripped and fell? I bet the old lady wouldn't laugh at you. Shame! If financial stability was not an issue, would you travel the world? I think so. If you have everything you want, because you can pay for anything you want, I think you'd want to travel the world. When I was younger, I tried to get with a girl I just met. We kissed and almost went at it. I found out a few weeks later she was my half-cousin. We don't talk about it. This wasn't the only submission like this! Well, I mean, I guess if you didn't know. Sweet home Alabama. Okay, let's see the TLDR. About 4 years ago, I was working at a candy store. One night, I got particularly
horny and I used a giant gummy bear to relieve myself. And once I had finished, I ate it and I liked it.
Thank you for the TLDR.
Yes or no, gummy bears? As a snack, of course.
They will never be the same anymore! One day I had picked up extra orders of Red Robin's bottomless fries. When I got home, only one was left. A day later, my fiance called me telling me she stopped by my house and stole the extra fries. I was betrayed by the woman I love. She had to pay. We get Chipotle often, and she always gets a steak bowl, so a few times I'd opened and snuck a portion of her food out, and she believed it was the Chipotle employees, and to this day doesn't know it was I. Call off the wedding! No, your girl just wanted some fries. You never touch a man's fries. Dang, maybe, you know, if you were a little less overprotective of your fries, you'd have somebody to share them with. Forgive me, hellish queen. Ew, I think ugly bastard and monsters are
S-tier tags, and even worse NTR and inflation are amongst them. These are all things that do not reflect who I am as a person and would never condone adultery.
Oh, so you a freak. If that's your taste, that's your taste, but like you didn't have to confess that here. Please don't ask me a sus question. Have you ever sent something embarrassing to the wrong person? Like this submission? I didn't want to hear that! I went on a date one time and had a bad stomach ache for the course of the day. Oh no. Thinking I could power through it, I took what I thought was Tums, when in reality I took 4 laxatives! Halfway through the date, the laxatives unfortunately kicked in and I had to excuse myself and rush to the restroom to perform an exorcism for the next 30 minutes. I hope the rest of the date went okay. Have you ever banned a Twitch user just because you were upset over something that had nothing to do with said Twitch user and wanted to take your anger out on someone? No? What? That's so fucking mean. So when I was probably around 11, I had 2 pet hamsters named Nibbles and Bella. They were in their playpen while my mother was outside cleaning their cage, and I was hoovering up the mess on the floor where it was. I had took Bella out of the playpen and held the nozzle. I brought Bella to the nozzle, expecting her to just get stuck at the tip, only for her to just vanish from the palm of my hand and get stuck between the nozzle of the hoover. Thankfully, I managed to free her and she lived as well. Oh my god. Took the nozzle off. Bye, Bella. Have you ever hurt someone on purpose? On purpose? If I hurt somebody on accident, I'm devastated. I'm f***ing crushed. Hurt people in Mario Kart? Listen. There used to be a time where I would talk over others in call. Rude. So a friend of mine hatched a plan to control these impulses by saying she could train such a habit away with a clicker. Oh my god, were you being trained? I can't. I didn't believe her at the time, but to this day, should I hear the click of something as I'm talking, I will immediately fall silent like a trained dog! Since that point, my penchant for talking over others has been quashed, but I'm afraid there were other consequences involving an appreciation for pet play now beyond the norm. Bro, I actually got trained like a dog! That was a good puppy. Don't. Maidenless? At least you've got your fries.